A little motivation for you. A little motivation for you. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Tips Tuesdays live rehashed. We are back with a new season. Freshness, refreshness. Is that right?
Refresh. Sure.
We back. That's
Sure.
all I'm gonna say. We back with with season 4 of Tips Tuesdays live rehash. And as usual, we've made this kind of tradition to just start the show off with none other than my hubby H. Ta-da, Mr. Man. So yeah. I guess it's a good tradition to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's involved in everything that I do. So, welcome. To anybody that's tuning in for the first time, this is an inspirational podcast going live, where I am inspiring, motivating, and encouraging others with different perspective with special guests on the show. I hope that y'all get something out of the show tonight. This season includes from October to December, every Tuesday night in those months. Tune in 9 p.m. Central Time, like right now. You know, it's 9:04 right now, but we're getting it in.
Watch.
On YouTube and Facebook. So we're gonna get started with the show, and I usually like to have the special guest saying something at the beginning. You know, maybe somebody's tuning in, they haven't seen you on the show before, so you can let them know a little something about you.
Little something. Okay. As she said, I am her husband, H to the. You see it on the shirt, and I'm just glad to be a part of this and supportive of my wife's podcast. It's been 4 seasons strong, and I'm proud of her. And something about myself, I am a bit of a jack of all trades. I do many things. So right now, I'm looking forward to going back to school soon in the coming spring, not this winter or fall. I mean, in the spring, and I don't know. I've been throwing around some ideas of maybe doing a couples podcast, or me and a friend are talking about doing a podcast. So y'all might be seeing me more on the screen. So.
Okay. All right. So, do you know what today is?
Today is the 3rd of October.
That's funny. Okay, first of all, y'all, I've been hearing people talking about. I don't know the quote. I had to look it up, but it's some quote. It's some saying on Mean Girls when they like somebody asked me what today was, and I said it's October 3rd. I gotta find it, but no, That's not what I'm talking about. It's just funny the way that you said it. I think that's how they said it.
Oh, okay.
But no, today is National Boyfriend Day.
Okay, they got a national day for everything now.
I was gonna say, I don't know how I feel about the National Boyfriend Day or just these national days, period. I'm like, where did they be coming up with all these national days?
I promise it's like National Daughters Day like 4 times this year.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think people just putting up old posts and then everybody just go with it.
Okay.
But
Probably.
I looked it up on Google and it said National Boyfriend's Day.
And what is special? Like, so if you got a boyfriend,
I don't
celebrate your
know.
boyfriend?
But I just figured that I bring that up.
Okay.
You my national boyfriend,
Okay.
so
Celebrate me today.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. What I get? I get a gift.
He's my national boyfriend. Why did I say my national boyfriend?
She's silly.
I'm letting the news be known nationally that he's my boyfriend. Forever
Husband, bae,
boyfriend.
all of the
Somebody
above.
somebody in there laughing. I don't know who. But anyways, okay. I just had to bring that up just to, start off the show. Shout out to my boyfriend, my hubby, my everything. All that, all of the above.
I
All of the
promise y'all,
above.
my eyes open. It's just the way my face made. High cheekbones.
Okay. All
That's the
right.
Indian. My mama say that. That's the Indian.
Okay. So, yes. All right. So back to seriousness, inspiration, and everything like that. Because that's what we here for,
That's
y'all.
what we're here for.
I don't know about y'all, but my day has been a day. And that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna
It's
get
a challenge.
into it. It's been a very challenging day. But as I've said in previous seasons, this show right here, I am glad for this show because I do this show for others to get inspiration, motivation, and encouragement. But I be needing this inspiration, motivation, and encouragement.
Mm-hmm.
And he is a witness. About an hour ago, I probably was looking probably drained and down, and
Mm-hmm.
yes, all of that. But it's something about when 9 o'clock come
Mm-hmm.
on Tuesday
Mm-hmm.
that I just come to life.
Can we talk about that for just a second though?
Yes, we can.
Drain. So like she be drained, y'all, and I'm a fixer, so I be trying to fix it, and it don't be working. Cause sometimes you just can't fix it. But I realized that in due time, she always seems to bring herself out of the muddle. So this podcast being what it is, and she said an hour ago, but I'll say like 2 or 3 hours ago, she was drained. But the closer it got to it, she was playing music and dancing and being goofy and annoying a little bit. So she was getting back to her normal self. So if this ain't doing anything for anybody, it's definitely doing something for her. And we hope that it's bleeding over and running over into other people's lives. Got to tune in to get it though.
Yes, you gotta tune in to get it. So, speaking of which, now I said in the beginning, this is basically like my podcast in live form. I'm gonna just say it like that. So, if you are not tuning in to the podcast, we did start today again releasing new episodes. Now, y'all, I'm gonna tell you in a minute. Hold up. uh Releasing episodes every Tuesday. So we started back up. We took a little break in the month of September, but we're back. So I hope that you have listened to today's episode. You got this. You got this. But tune in, whether it be whatever streaming platform that you stream music or podcasts on, go and tune in. Go and follow the podcast. Go follow the podcast, y'all. And there's plenty of episodes on there if you have not um, tuned in. We're on episode 78, 77, 77. Yes, 77. So, yes. Okay. So now to go back to what I was saying, I made a post, for anybody that does pay attention to my social media platform, that my goal was to release my 100th episode on my birthday, which is on the 26th, by the way, just putting that out there. But life happens. As I've been saying, I've been tired, I've been drained, I've been working, y'all. So I talked about on the podcast doing realistic and obtainable goals. That wasn't a realistic and obtainable goal. Um, I mean, I could just, throw all of those episodes together, but it wouldn't be my best. So, with that being said, it's gonna take a little time to get to that 100th episode, but we still gonna press on and go strong. But know that every Tuesday you will get a new episode. Now, if I just, here and there decide to throw in an episode, then you might get some extra episodes. So, but I wasn't about to hold myself to that no longer. That goal is not gonna be met by the 26th, but it will be met eventually. So I just wanted to, share that with somebody because you might be out there making some unrealistic, unobtainable goals, but don't work yourself so hard. Have some goals, but be realistic and make obtainable goals.
So I want to pose a question for tonight. People that are watching, you can answer in the feed, and I'll see what y'all say. But what would y'all think about giving Tiphani a break on her birthday and I steal the show? I might rob her episode that morning. You can get some Tudas tips.
Mm. Okay, look.
So yeah, let me see what y'all think. I might just steal her show for a day on her birthday.
No, he trying to. You say you trying to take over two of my episodes, huh?
That's a secret. I was just gonna buzz in the scene and do it.
They don't know what you're doing it to.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So, hey,
I might be stealing.
I'm excited about this season though, because we have some great special guests lined up. Every season has been wonderful. It gets better and better and better. I'm gonna have to top myself on the next season. So.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I don't know, but we're gonna get through this one first. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
You thought about inviting Son on your show?
If he'll come on the show,
he might. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. So, okay, so we are going to do our quotes of the night because I do like that part of the show. I have kept that part of the show, so we are going to do the quote of the night. And it's from none other than my music, I ain't gonna say idol, music icon, music person that I look up to. We'll put it like that. All right, so the quote is: if everything was perfect, you would never learn and you would never grow.
Word.
If everything was perfect, you would never learn and you would never grow. And that's by Queen Beyonce.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
And that script is doing something. It's got me feeling like I need to put my glasses on.
Yeah, it's moving.
That's an effect. Okay.
Yeah. Y'all, he might be over here losing it a little bit. I don't know what's going on. You need your glasses?
No, I don't normally.
You were just making sure it wasn't your eye.
I was making sure it wasn't my eyes. I usually don't need it for something like that.
So, yeah, with that being said, if everything was perfect, what did it say? If everything was perfect,
you wouldn't learn and you wouldn't grow.
You wouldn't learn and you wouldn't grow. Yes, if everything was perfect, you wouldn't learn and you wouldn't grow. What you got to say about that?
I mean, that's spot on. That's spot on. Yeah, a quote that I got the other day. I got this from an anime or a cartoon or something, but he said that the difference between a master and a novice is that the master has failed more times than the novice has tried. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of in the same vein. It's like if you never try, you cannot master something.
Right.
And until you fail, you won't be successful because failure shouldn't be considered an end all, a shutdown to your goal. It's just a lesson. It's a setback. It's a stall, a yield sign, rather than the end of the process. So the more you fail, the better you get at it. Mm-hmm. Think about martial arts. They punch boards until they break them. If you don't keep punching, you'll never break the board.
Right.
So Yeah, if it was all perfect and every board you stepped up to, you would just be complacent. You wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
know to challenge yourself to be better.
Right.
You know?
Right. Right. And I always say that you should challenge yourself. You should not want to be comfortable all the time. You shouldn't just be okay with just being,
Mediocrity.
yeah, mediocre,
Mm-hmm.
like average, and just,
Yeah.
you know, like what's the point? That's not living life.
Right.
That's just existing, really.
Right.
When you're just okay
I'm
with
content
just,
with how things are.
right, yeah,
Stagnant.
yeah.
Stagnant water is nasty water too.
Fuck that one.
Cause it's nasty. Stagnant. Have you ever seen some stagnant water? Like put some water in a
Yeah,
bucket
some
and
still water.
put some water in a bucket and leave it out in a bucket for a week.
Have you ever seen the little streams that? Well, they not streams
Because
because
they're
they
not
don't
moving.
move, and it
Mm-hmm.
just. But yeah, growth is necessary in life, anyways. That's what I get from that, and yeah, I like that quote, and it's Beyonce too. So, not that I'm idolizing her, because everybody on her right now. But anywho, so yeah, that's our quote for the night. So shout out to the quotes. Why are you laughing
I
at
understand. We
me?
ain't got enough time to talk about it.
All right, so we got some announcements, y'all. We got some announcements. We got some announcements. It's announcement time, y'all.
Announcement
Yeah.
time.
So we got some things going on. So I'm gonna before I get to those announcements. I've already stated, check out the podcast, but also go and check out my music, Tiphani on all music platforms. Check out that Inspiration Loading. I got some other albums on there. This feeling that I have, Crunkin' Soul. That song's not on there, but I got some music that I need to put on there. Just some old music. But y'all, it's that time of the year. Last year we sold calendars for Tips Tuesdays, and we are gonna do it again. We already have in stock. Don't want to say in stock. In stock.
Merch.
2024. Yep, merch. So we have the Tips Tuesdays calendar already ready for you. If you'd like to purchase one, inbox me, DM me, all of those things. Only for the purchases. So, we're advertising the podcast on there. We're doing it up this year. We got it looking all good. For people that use their calendar, you can write your notes in the calendar and everything. And yeah, so get with me. That the calendar.
So if you a secretary, this is a must have for all secretaries.
Not secretaries.
Secretaries. Because you can keep all of the dates, and then when the boss got extra notes, you might have to be like on the fourth, don't forget to pick up the dry cleaning or your wife or blah blah blah. This for all the secretaries.
Not or your wife.
The secretary.
No, but you said don't forget to pick up the laundry or your wife. He said, y'all heard him say that. He said, or your wife. Somebody out there, forget to pick up that wife.
Mercy. That's not what I meant.
That's what it said, though. That's what it said. Shout out to my dad and my stepmama on the live with us. Two of my biggest supporters. Yes. Okay, so we got calendars, we got bookmarks. Do it where they can see that they are different ones. I'm working with this light over here. All right, y'all see them?
I got a spotlight
for people that are readers out there. You can get a bookmark. I will post pricing on my Facebook and my Instagram. So
this one is my favorite one. So,
So this
and I'm
one
gonna tell you, it says
says,
just because you haven't arrived doesn't mean that you won't. So keep pushing forward and see things through. Don't give up.
"Don't give up, y'all. Don't
That's a
give
good one.
up."
That's a good one.
So we're giving inspiration all around, staying with inspiration, motivation, and encouragement. And then to top it all, for my writers out there, we have journals. This blue screen is messing with my stuff over here. But we have journals, and throughout the actual journal, because this is just a sample journal, y'all. There are quotes throughout the journal. Now, how you choose to use your journal is it's your prerogative. It's
Mhm.
your thing. Do what you want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you could be like Doug Funny, or Moesha. Did she used to write in her journal?
Yes, she did.
You know what I'm saying? In every episode.
Yeah.
Or, you could just be like using it for your shopping list. Or you can take notes at church.
Not at
At
church.
church.
At
Hmm.
church. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so get with me. Calendars, bookmarks, journals. We doing it bigger this year. We're doing it
Mhm.
more this year.
Get the
I told
merch.
y'all that I was shooting for some new merch. Some merch. Because anything else now after that be new merch.
Right.
So but that's what we starting with. Journals, calendars, bookmarks. Y'all
Mhm.
get with me and support the podcast. Okay? All right. So we about to get on into this. Face is your name. Okay. So, all right. I got all of my announcements out the way. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna get into this show. Now I always like the first episode, not just because you on the show, but because I can just kind of, be me and
Mhm.
everything like that. But I just want to start off. I ain't gonna get like sentimental and gushy, mushy, and all of that. But I do want to shout out those that support me behind the camera.
Mhm.
Of course, to you
Mhm.
because although I give inspiration to others, who's giving inspiration to me? And it's
This guy
times, yeah, it's times that I have my meltdowns. Like I
Mhm.
almost had one today.
today.
I
Yeah.
was going, I was going to send him a long, 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 long paragraph, but I didn't. I had another supporter that I got the vent to
Mhm.
at work. So, shout out to the people that support me behind the camera. You whether it be my husband, my dad, my stepmom, my sister in some type of way. She be, yeah, yeah, she be
Our
doing
child, when you're not on your nerves.
right.
Mm.
Yeah. Because some stuff, he'll say, and I'll be like, okay, son, all right,
Yeah, he
okay,
gets profound every once in
every once in a while. So I just said that, and then my friends that surround me that we don't talk every day or anything like that, or the ones that I do see, new friends that I've befriended,
a while.
you know, we don't talk every day, but it's when inspiration is necessary, you should be able to discern when somebody needs
Yeah,
some words,
yeah.
and I believe that I have a circle of people around me that do that. So shout out to those people. And we are going to get into the show. So now usually we start off with our topics and things like
She
that.
raised
I
her
told
hand. Uh-oh.
I told him I was gonna do a little something different. But for those who are just tuning into the show, we have our small jar and we have our big jar. Big jar is empty right now. Why? Because we have to start getting rid of the stuff in the small jar. So the small jar is the topics from the podcast, and so I just started from where we left off from season 3, um, the topics from that date on.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we get to the big jar is when the next guest will come on, because whatever we talk about tonight, then we'll talk about in the next show in the big jar for the next guest.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I ain't confusing y'all. But anywho,
The stuff in this
okay,
jar got to go in that jar so that the next guest can have something to talk
right,
about. There you go.
yes,
And new
because
topics go into the
what
small
he
jar.
talks about this week, somebody else can talk about next week from a different perspective.
Give you different angles.
Because that's the point: inspiration,
Mm-hmm.
motivation, and encouragement
Mm-hmm.
with different perspective. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and these are all topics that I've talked about on my audio podcast.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes it takes a different perspective, you know.
it does.
Philosophy is that way.
It does. Because I've been enlightened on different topics, and I'm like, no, I didn't see it like that. Like you took that all the way to a different, okay,
Right, exactly.
So in getting different perspective, it helps.
Yep. Yep.
So, but we're gonna do at least one topic from this.
Okay.
But what I want to talk about tonight is transparency.
Okay.
Transparency. So
What that mean?
what does it mean? Being transparent, being just real, raw, authentic,
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted
Open,
to,
honest,
yes, being open,
clear.
honest, clear, clarity, all that,
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about transparency,
Okay.
whether it be physically,
Mm-hmm.
whether it be mentally,
Mm-hmm.
spiritually,
Mm-hmm.
just being
In a
transparent.
relationship,
That's what, yeah, in a relationship,
friendships.
friendships, all that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very vital to be transparent. I think if more people were more transparent, then
We would have more genuine experiences in life.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So what you go with the transparency?
Well, I mean, it's a multitude of ways to go. There's many different ways you can go with transparency, but I think I will speak on transparency in a relationship
Mm-hmm.
because I think that a lot of people need that nowadays. Uh, Gender roles and topics like toxic masculinity and masculine, feminine. That word, femininity. How do you say that?
Feminine.
That word, masculine feminism. That word. I'm stumbling with it, but that seems to be a topic that's big nowadays, and it all leads back to relationships and whatnot. And a lot of times you hear or you see people talking about, a woman is too masculine or a man is too this and that. I think that transparency is important for relationships from the jump, so that so that everybody understands each other and where each part is coming from. If people were more transparent in the beginning of their relationships, what you start in a relationship is what will carry it all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
I came as a suitor at her dad's door or whatever 10 years ago, and the things that I did then, I still have to do now. But the person that I was then is the person that I am now, and she'll tell you that I have mastered the honesty part of transparency. I will tell you how I feel, who I am, what I expect, what I will give you, how I will meet your expectations. And I think it's important, even through the times that we had our struggle times, our hard times, um, coming back together and reworking things, just being transparent and being clear and honest has been what has been what keeps us and what works in a relationship. So, with the relationships and how people perceive things and how it goes nowadays, transparency is just super important. You wouldn't deal with the gender roles and masculine this and feminine that if you was just honest and transparent. You know what you laughing at?
You just stumbled over the
The
word.
word, yeah, naturally,
Yeah.
but now for real, it's just I think it's that's a really important part to relationships.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. What you said about in the relationship, going back to what we were saying at the beginning, that growth. What did we say in the quote? Growth.
if everything was perfect, then you would never grow and
You
you
would
would
never
never
grow.
learn.
You would never grow, and you would never learn. Now it took us going through the things that we went through, for us to actually be more transparent, because we probably wasn't as
As
transparent,
transparent in the beginning, yeah,
yeah, as we are now. Because
yeah,
it's like, now it's just like, I'm gonna tell you how I feel. You deal
hmm
with it later, but at the
right.
end of the day, you can't say that
I didn't say yeah.
I didn't tell you how I
How
felt.
I felt, yeah.
You
It's like
know,
it's really
so
like that, yeah.
it
Here's how
it
I
takes a
feel.
moment to get there, and
You process
there's that process, there's that growth, there's learning about one another, because and maybe this would be like, within the podcast he was trying,
hmm
but
It's
but
tough.
it's a learning process. Today you have so many people that are just hopping up and getting married, and they like the idea
The
of
image and
being
the
married.
status.
They like we getting married, we're gonna have a
hmm
wedding, and we're gonna do this for the wedding and all this, and they
And the
don't
man
think
over there like,
about,
"Ooh, we getting married in the honeymoon, bro."
right,
Yeah.
right. But then 3, 4, 5 years in, like, are you still that excited? You still gotta
Struggling, yeah.
learn that person. There's no such thing as I know everything about you.
Right.
Like, we're still
I
learning
mean, I still learn things
about.
about myself. So how do
Yeah,
you
we're
know?
still learning things about each other
Yeah.
every day.
hmm
Whether you recognize it or not. You don't
Yeah.
recognize it in that moment, but it's like, yeah, you know each other more, but you
hmm
don't know everything.
Right.
I mean, I probably know more about you than you know about yourself.
Same.
But yeah, you know what I mean?
Same. Yeah.
But you learn within a relationship how to be more transparent,
Yeah.
because it's when you're transparent that it tests if you can stick it
Stick
out.
it out. Yeah. And the thing about transparency too is that it's not it's not a simple um easy thing. It's like so real and so raw. I mean, think about it. Like you transparency is like look to be transparent is something that you can look through, right? So if you were to look through and look into me, you would see all my inner parts. And it's gutsy and nasty and it could be raw and it could be beautiful too, like the anatomy of and how God works. But you gotta take the gutsy nasty with the beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like you were saying before, like if everything was perfect, that quote even goes hand in hand with transparency. We had to have a failed marriage almost before we had a successful one.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so
And that's just being transparent with y'all.
yeah. So what
You know.
we've come to learn is like how it make her feel or how it makes me feel. It's not that it doesn't matter, but it's not as important as letting each other know how we are feeling in the moments. So
Mm-hmm.
I might say something that hurt her feelings, and she go to her corner and process that and deal with it, and then it makes it to where we can actually have a real discussion and fix things, or you know what I mean. So yeah, transparency is really important, especially when it comes to relationships, and not just because we husband and wife, but we're friends too. I have a friend that had another friend, and they having issues right now because you know, might have not been as transparent in the beginning of how they felt. Now they learning different things about each other, and they just don't mesh.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
could have saved like a year of your life
Mm-hmm.
if you
Yeah.
had been transparent in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's
So
real.
transparency is I'd say vital for any type of relationship, whether it's married. Jody,
What's up, my guy?
he said wedding planning lasts longer than the wedding.
Oh.
That ain't the quote, y'all. But y'all see in the comments.
Yeah.
You gotta understand that marriage ain't the end game, but the beginning of a new journey under
Absolutely,
God.
my God, it is.
Yeah,
that's knowledge. That's facts.
So shout out to Jody. But I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, I think we're gonna talk about transparency tonight, just to throw a little.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
So, what does it mean to you?
Transparency. Let's see which way, because I was thinking that I told you my mind was everywhere today. So just I believe that I know what got me started on transparency. I wish that parents were more transparent with their kids. I believe that we are very transparent with our child because we don't want him to be blindsided with life. Whether that be the things that are of this life, as far as school, work, things like that. But not only that, we let him know the things that go on with us. I look back over my younger life and dealing with we're being transparent here, dealing with just health and things like that. I think about it now, and I hate that when I was younger that I didn't ask more questions. But at the same time, I shouldn't have had to ask questions. I wish like my mom would have been transparent with me with things that went on with her, or just people in general in the family. Let people know what's going on, because then later on in life you deal with things and you wonder why things are happening, and it's because somebody else in your family didn't already deal with it. But people are so hush about things that go on, and it's like, well, why am I going through this? You know what I mean? So that was the start of that thought process of being transparent. If people were more transparent with their kids, I believe that it would at least solve a lot mentally.
I got
to
3
start
points for that.
To start, and then also health wise. So I believe you should be more transparent with your kids.
I got 3 points to that. First one is about son. You're right. So since day one, I'm like, I'm not gonna lie to my kid. I will omit things, but anything that he asks me directly, I will give him an honest answer. And that goes way back to Santa Claus. He was like 4 or 5. He asked me about Santa, and I was like, nope, dude ain't real. That's why when you ask for this, you get this, because that's what I can afford. And then my son went on to ruin Santa Claus for other little kids. So I had to tell him that you can't do that. But that we've always tried to be transparent with Steven, even when it's something like that. It's not as important. And like you said, even with us, when we're dealing with issues that my mama would have been like, this grown folks' business, I don't involve him in it. But if he's ready to understand it, then I do allow. So if he asks a question, what's going on? I let it be known. It's real. I'm off of work right now. We've been out of work for this much months or whatever. No, we not getting Captain Crunch. You finna go get that malto meal and chill out.
Right.
Because it's a real thing. But the other point that I wanted to say is being transparent here. Our parents, you got to know that it's a cycle.
Yeah.
And they were emulating, they were doing what they were taught. So I'm going to misquote this, but we perish, I'm paraphrasing, we perish for the lack of knowledge. Okay? And that's a very real thing. So it's not so much that they weren't being transparent, but they were being as transparent as they could according to how they understood how to be a parent. But you're right. if they had been more transparent about certain things, then we probably wouldn't have faced things that we have.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what has allowed us to be a little bit better at handling the situations with our son. Because now we're very transparent with our parents. We talk like we're peers now, and they reciprocate, and it helps us to be better with our kids. Because I've had those hard, clear conversations with my mama where I'm like, I'm this way because you were this way. It's your fault. And she's like, yeah, you right. But what you gonna do about it?
Right.
What do you do now?
You gonna be better, or what you gonna do?
So yeah.
So we're gonna get real in season 4 with some of these topics. Because I've been, thinking of ways to, touch the harder subjects.
Mm-hmm.
But be able to give inspiration
Yeah.
for somebody, because somebody else might need to hear these different things in order to go on, in order to keep pressing on, in order to all the what do I want to say, cliche topics, yeah, I need to keep going, but what you gonna tell me
the taboo
to keep me going?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So because I don't just want it to be a like fluffy area, inspirational,
let's get to the real meat.
Because every day ain't a good day. Every day you ain't feeling.
1 through 3 been about that milk, but we finna get to this meat.
Yes.
Okay.
We're about to get to the nitty gritty.
We finna get to this meat, and that's important, because it's like, yeah, a good word can go a long way, but I need you to meet me where I'm at. Because right now I can hear you give me some inspiration, but I need you to give me something that's really gonna help me with my situation.
Right.
And men, we need this inspiration too. Y'all can check out the podcast. Her stuff is not just for women; it's for men too.
Yeah.
But that's kind of why I'm gonna try to steal an episode so we can get a different male perspective on some things. But we have a hard, or we make things hard on ourselves, I think, just from like generations of being taught how a man is supposed to handle emotion and how he's supposed to feel, and
right.
And sometimes you need something that's gonna really touch what I'm going through, like, and it's different from male to female perspective too. So get to them issues and really get to that meat.
We done got to the fluff. We done got through the fluff. Time to get into the more difficult conversations. We'll put it like that. Difficult conversations. So but yes, I definitely wanted to start with transparency, because you can take that so many ways. I might get the next person to see what they got on transparency, because we might. I don't know. We're gonna see. So we're gonna pick out a topic from the jar. Feel free, y'all. Feel free. I got 7 viewers on here at the moment. Feel free to leave a comment. If you want to hear about any kind of topics on the show, hit me up in the comments. Hit me up in the inbox. I do pay attention to who's on here, which I do still need to send out the gift card. It ain't that I ain't got them, y'all. I just got to send them out. That's it. I got y'all. If y'all on here, I don't think any of the winners are on here, but
that might be why
they probably will watch this. Know that just your stuff is coming in. I promise you. So I'm gonna let you kind of maneuver this. They're a little bigger this time around. But shout out to everybody that is tuning in on the show. Tuning in. Thank y'all for supporting. Share the show. And let somebody else know about this every Tuesday night, y'all, 9 p.m. Central Time. We got some good special guests coming up. All right. So first topic of the night. Well, this ain't the first topic on the way. Appreciate the storms.
Ooh, I
Appreciate
love
the
this.
storms.
I love this.
When he love
Okay.
it, he about to take this. He about to take it.
Okay, yeah. I love this. I can go. I
Yep.
got it. All right, so cool. First of all, natural and spiritual. Okay. Let's talk about how storms are healing. Have you ever just sat and listened to a storm? You get all of the fear and everything of like the storm sweeping through and tearing stuff up. But if you ever just stop and listen to a storm, a thunderstorm come through, it's raining, how it hits the roof, and what it does to the world naturally. It's a healing thing. It's calming. It's peaceful, even though the storm is raging, right? Then spiritually, those storms raging in your life can bring about a peace. And what I mean by that is, I always say, after the storm comes rainbow. And you got things that's going on that's storming in your life. It seems like it's gonna tear up your foundation. It's gonna tear up your house. It's gonna tear up your will to go on. But one thing about it is, there's peace in the eye of the storm. And when the storm moves on, it makes room for new growth. Look at the storms as such a negative thing, but it's a necessary thing. It's not negative. We got the wrong end. It's a necessary thing because storms make way for new growth. You know, it's so much stuff that we've been through in the past year alone that has been like hella stormy. It's been some tough times, but I'm telling you, every single time we get a storm in our life, it's a beautiful rainbow on the other side of that storm. It's something major. So I'm gonna take the opportunity really to do a little testimony. You know, times have been tough, and we don't put our business out there like that. But I had another surgery this year, and they took a whole toe. So be conscious of your health. Black community especially. We are not trusting the doctors, but you got to be conscious of your own health. If you're not going to go see a doctor, you need to be on top of your own stuff. In any way, it's no excuse. We're in a world and a age of technology. You can be on top of your health. So with that being said, I was ignorant to a lot of things that were going on in my body. I was ignorant to my health, and it got out of control, and I had to have toe amputated. So that sent me out of work for a while, and the storm started raging. Of course, if I'm not working, and baby holding it down, things are gonna happen. Stuff's gonna happen. Bills got kind of tough, but leaning and depending on God to see us through in the midst of our storm. Have you been hungry?
No.
Has anything been cut off?
No.
We good to the point where we have internet always, and that's not a necessity. But I'm just saying that storm was raging, and it seemed like the worst. It was going to destroy our life, and it wasn't. It's cleared out, or it's clearing out, and making room for the new growth. Now, better opportunities are coming from the situation. I'm still not completely out of the situation, but better things come from it. And God is still providing. So, like, when you get these storms rising in your life and storms hitting, just know that it's something better on the other side. And one thing I've learned is God does not put you in any kind of situation that he's not prepared to bring you through. And he knows what all you can handle. So, you out there swaying and rocking in your storm, and you done drop your paddle, and you sailed and broke, the mast and broke. That's just God saying, let me carry you through the current. I got something better for you. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that bell, honey. I'm waiting for that better.
We getting there.
But yeah, appreciate the storms. I like what you said. We're using the wrong end. Looking at it as negative,
And it's necessary.
it's necessary. Because what did we say in the beginning? Grow.
You can't learn and you can't learn. You can't learn and you can't grow. If everything was perfect, you never learn and you never grow.
Never grow. And what makes things grow?
Water.
Sunlight.
Water. Soul.
Oh, yes. Okay. all of that. You need all of that. You need water to grow. You know. I like what one of my guests said on the last show. You know, if you a lot of people complain to God because of the storms in their life, well, stop asking for stuff. That's what he said. And when he said, I think I had that same reaction, like, never thought of it like that. You know, you only gonna grow what you didn't ask for. You're only gonna grow what you planted.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So stop asking for stuff. You don't want to be mad at God, don't answer that then.
Yeah.
You know.
Because how is he gonna water it?
Right.
He gotta get some rain.
You want more stuff? Well, guess what? You need money for it. So he gonna make a way for you to get the money for it. Now you should be specific how you ask for it. And that's one thing that I am learning: be specific when you pray, because God has humor. He will give you that. If you don't say how you want it, he'll give it to you.
Lord, I want $1 million and a herd of deer stampede your house.
Now, you don't know how it's gonna come, so
$1 million.
Oh my God! It's not $1 million. You do. You gotta be specific when you pray. Not Pacific, y'all. It's not. That's an ocean. Pacific Ocean. Okay. Shout out to my nanny on the podcast tonight with us.
Oh yeah, that's what's up.
Yes. I'm family out here.
I'm looking at this comment. Jody said pressure makes diamonds.
Pressure makes diamonds.
It also busts pipes. Not everybody handles pressure the same way. But you are the determining factor. Are you finna bust like a pipe? Or you gonna hold out until you get a diamond?
Or you can bust like a can of biscuits.
Because they do bust biscuits too.
Yeah.
You know, I've been busting the can of biscuits open the wrong way most of my life.
You didn't know you're supposed to use the spoon?
Well, it's a pressure point. If
it is a pressure.
But I used to be like on the side of the counter, like, oh, go hot. Now you just press it.
Oh, Lord.
You just press it and it goes.
He over here making it harder than it got to be. Lord, and it's supposed to be easy.
Lord.
That's what we doing, making things in life harder than it's supposed to be. Yeah. Guys, like, it could be easy, but I'm just saying. So, appreciate the storms, y'all. It's been a good. We almost at 10 o'clock, y'all. What now? I'm up now. I hope that y'all are enjoying the show. Somebody said, what was the prize? The prize was gift cards. So whenever you are commenting in the comments, I'm watching to see who's tuning in, because this is an interactive show. I like to see what my guests, other than my guests, are saying in the comments, so you might see your comment up there on the screen every now and then, but at the end of each month, that's what I'm about to say, at the end of each month, I go back to each show, and whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, in the comments, I go in the comments and see who's all commenting. That's how you get within the drawing for whatever gift card or prize. I probably just stick with gift cards because that's just easy to send out. Yeah. So, but yes, that's how you win. So at the end of this month, I'll go in, see who's been commenting, and that's how we do that. So you might get a little more if you show me that you're sharing it. You know, you might
Okay.
get a little more
For you share.
opportunity in there, chance in there. You know, so who knows who the next winner is for Tips Tuesdays Live Rehashed.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all keep on supporting. We will be back again 9 p.m. Central Time next week with special guests.
Are we at the end already?
Yeah, we at the end already.
Oh, what? I thought we had another topic. Oh, man.
I mean, if you want to do another topic, it's 5 people on here.
Mercy.
We got technically 4 minutes.
You know I can talk longer than 4 minutes. So,
I mean, if you want to do another episode, another topic. Yeah, we can do another topic. Y'all put it in the comments if y'all want to hear one more topic. We're gonna let the people decide. Oh, my sister, she done missed the whole show.
So let me ask this while we the whole shindig. Hey y'all, she's so crazy. Love you too. Hey, so let me ask this. So last season you did like I got to pick a topic for the next person. Are you doing that this time?
I was debating if I wanted to. I mean, you can give me a topic if you want to.
Okay.
To put in there. And to everybody that's listening and looking, watching, all that good stuff. If y'all want to hear about anything, let me know too. Let me know in my inbox, in the comments below. I just got home. Oh, poor baby. Let me know what topics you want to hear about that would be, you know, of inspiration to you.
Is the next guest a male or female?
That's what I was getting to.
Okay.
So my next guest, which will be October 10th, will be none other than my classmate, our classmate,
okay,
Shane Lawson.
Oh, okay. So now I want to do a topic. I do.
So he's gonna give him a topic to talk about next week, and we just gonna get in. Didn't nobody put in there that y'all wanted to hear another topic, so we are going to, as the church will say, we're not going to prolong the time.
Okay.
You know.
Or as the country folk, well, I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna keep you. I ain't gonna hold you, baby.
Yeah. But this has been a good first episode to, you know, start the season off with a bang and everything, I believe. Y'all continue to share, like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff, which technically if you're watching, I hope that you've done all of that. But if not, go and do all of the above. Let somebody else know about the show. Share. Again, if you want to get with me about a calendar, journal, bookmark, or all three, support the podcast, inbox me. And if you would like to financially give to the podcast, at the bottom of your screen here in a minute, you'll see how to financially give. You can give to the Cash App, Tips Tuesdays, or contact me at tipstuesdays@gmail.com if you would like to financially give to the podcast. And all it's doing is getting it out there more, whether it be advertisements, just however, we're just getting this inspiration out there to the world, to everybody as much as possible. Okay. I mean, it would be nice if one day I could just do this show and that'd be what I do. You know what I mean?
Amen.
You know, maybe I can go around the world and give inspiration. You know, right. Who knows what come of this? You know, I've come a long way. You've come a long way. So yes, if you would like to give to the podcast, please do so. I'm not. I'm not.
You know you gotta do it.
I'm not.
We come a long way.
I don't even know what song he's singing, y'all. What song he's singing?
In the heat of the day, knowing that the Lord will make a way.
I do not own the right to this music.
That's an old hymnal.
I don't care.
It's in every church hymnal book in the world. we don't own the rights to it, y'all.
I'm just saying.
Because everybody sang it.
I'm just saying. But I don't know what he's singing now. So I hope that y'all have enjoyed the show. Y'all have a great night. We could go on and on and on and on and on, apparently. But y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. And I will see you next week, same time, same place, hopefully different clothes.
And until I bust on the scene and take over the show, holla dollar.
Be a little motivation for you.